Okay, today in this session of QTrain, we'd like to create a template. Um, I'm going to go to my setup menu, and from my setup menu, I'm going to click on template. Now it's taking me to my wizard. In my wizard view, I'm going to choose new template. Okay, now the top part of this window says select template type. Now we want it to be a handheld, meaning that it's accessible to the PDA, and web. We want to be able to edit or do anything we'd like to do on the web. Copy type, we're going to leave that at none because we're going to create this from scratch. So now we're going to click next. Just click next, and it gives us the basic information for the template. We're going to call this sample. Well, let's call it demo template. Demo template. Description, I'm going to type in training. Training session. We're going to keep it at a standard form. And for the subject is the person or the type of person that you like to send it to. We have administrators. No, we're going to be doing the walkthrough, principal, teacher. I'm going to be sending it to teachers. Okay, clicking teacher gives me the option of choosing all of the teachers that I have already inputted into my my program. Okay, now from here I want to go manage filters. For type, I want to create a value list. Okay, now I'm going to choose. I have an option of choosing subject, grade level, or classroom setting. I would prefer to use classroom setting. Okay, now this is going to be a regular ed class. And my second, well, let's give that a name. We're going to call this class setting. Now let's go to filter area 2, and I'm going to create a value list. And for this one, I'm going to let this be the subject. Okay, now, and we'll talk about how to create a value list later because it may be that you'd like to choose something else as a value list. Okay, for subject, we're going to let this be, let's call it Family and Consumer Science class. Okay, we've created all that we need to do on this page. Now let's move to the next tab, Manage Elements. Now in the Manage Elements section, what you're going to do is select from pre-existing elements to add to your walkthrough or to your template. Okay, I'm going to first start with the opening. And it's very important to choose how you go about building your template. You want to make sure that you have the you want to make sure to just think about the order in which everything is listed. For example, when I walk into a classroom, I typically like to check for the lesson plan that's posted outside of the door. So that would typically be one of the first things that I look for. So just be cognizant of how you what you put on your template and in what order. We're going to say well-defined work period. We're going to say teacher provided at closing. We're going to say were the students prepared. And we're going to say students have standards. Okay, now I've asked 5 questions. Now, you know what? Let's do one more question because there's something else I want to you to see. I'm going to click on teacher facilitating. Now notice I got the menu. A page can have a maximum 5 elements. We already have 5 elements on this page, so what we need to do is add a new page. So I'm going to go over here to new page. And are you sure you want to create a new page? Yes. And it starts the new page. So on this page, I'm going to click on teacher facilitating. Now I have a 2-page template. On my first page, I have 5 questions. And on my second page, I have 1 question. Let's come down here and save it. Filters need names. Okay, let's go back to our manage filter. I thought I didn't give our subject a name. I'm going to call this subject again, which brings us to this. Always make sure you name your filters. Now let's save it. And after I've saved it, I can preview it. Okay, here's our template.